Today, our guest is Mr. Craig Ferre. He's a pal of mine. He also has a terrific product line called Body to Body for women, for personal sensuality. How's that? So, terrific line of products you should find out more about. Craig Ferre, Body to Body. At any rate, you know in this our show we talk about coming out, and so I'm going to ask him the questions that we usually ask people. So Craig, tell me first of all, how old were you when you kind of thought, oh, you know, I do prefer guys to girls?
Well, there's that period when you go back and you try and remember when you were first attracted to men, and that'll probably be when I was a kid looking at Ron Eli, who was Tarzan.
Oh, I love, that's the difference in our ages. I was older than you are.
Well,
the only television show I ever watched regularly was Ron Eli.
Oh, well, all right. So
okay,
that's when I realized that I had an attraction to men, but I couldn't put a name to it.
How old were you?
Oh, I must have been 8.
Okay, and then after that, when did you kind of maybe really do something that made you confirm for yourself that you liked men?
I went down to St. Thomas with my father for a holiday, and I stayed in his room, and we went out on the beach one day, and there was this guy with a black hair and a black beard and a black bikini and Speedo, and just took my breath away. He was an older man. Turns out he was 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ancient.
And I went out later that night to take a walk by the pool, and he was there. He said, I've been waiting for you. And that's
how old were you?
19.
Oh, wow. You were grown.
That's when I crossed the line. But it didn't come out until I was 26.
So coming out officially, what would you consider your coming out thing?
The action was placing an ad in the New Times, because those were the days when we didn't have the internet. It said I was looking to meet a man. That was the action. But then there was also the process of coming out to my parents,
right.
In particular my mother.
And did you do that at about the same age?
Maybe a year later than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And was this very traumatic for her?
It was amazingly traumatic for her.
And for you?
For me, it was very emotional. My mother called me on the phone. I was at work. I was a young stockbroker at the time. And she said, I really need to talk to you. And she apparently had a conversation with my sister earlier in the day. And I went over and sat on the back porch, and she said, is it true? I said, is what true? And she said, that you, and I said that I'm gay. And she said, yes. And I said, yes, it's true. And just burst into tears, and she cradled her arms, and she said, I remember when you were born, and I looked at you, and I said, my beautiful boy, my beautiful baby boy. And so it was, she offered to find a psychiatrist for me and put me through therapy, and I told her that no, I think everything's going to be okay.
And are your parents still living?
No, both of them passed away. My mom was.
Did she get used to the idea?
She got used to the idea of me, and she got very used to the idea of my sister and her girlfriend.
Oh,
you see,
your poor mom.
You see, my mother had gone to my sister and asked her first whether I was gay, and my sister, being an attorney at the time, knew better to test the waters, to put it out there that Craig is gay and see what happens. And then she later came out to my mother.
How much later?
2 years.
This is a very dramatic scenario.
It was Craig. A dramatic family.
Very dramatic. So in the interim, between the time that you were on the beach with the guy in the black bikini and the time that you ran the ad in the paper, did you have boyfriends and things?
I had girlfriends.
You had girlfriends?
Yes, I've come to understand the discomfort of having large breasts, and not that I've had them myself, but I've had girlfriends with them.
Mm-hmm.
But it just never, something wasn't quite right. And
So,
I wasn't willing to be honest with myself at the time. I need to grow up.
Very interesting. Okay, well listen, I think we're running out of time. It's great to have Craig with us. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.